Meet Zachary Wiles, as he was fondly referred to by those who loved him, Zachy, or Bubs.
He was such a lively spirit. He was the energy in our family.
After tragedy would claim his life in February of 2015, grandmother Pamela John says the investigation into his death by the Billings Police Department was poorly done. She says sloppy at best.
It's been a nightmare. The sudden traumatic loss of a child is a different kind of grief than most people are used to.
Police Chief Rich St. John tells Ed Kemick of the Last Best News they were satisfied with an investigation conducted by Officer Robert Ellison. However, John says officers never bothered to view video cameras at the Rose Park Plaza apartments where the incident took place.
He said something to the effect that those things never work. I will bet you dinner that there's nothing on them. And this was on February 11th, almost a week after the incident.
Indicating he hadn't.
Indicating he had not looked at them yet. He didn't have faith that there would be anything there.
For the Wiles family, closure has been an elusive luxury. The pain still as raw as the day of the accident.
My daughter suffers severe PTSD because she witnessed his killing. She was on her knees beside him as he took his last breath.
Jamie Venata, the woman behind the wheel, maintains her innocence, but admits, quote, "I have a storied past. I was drunk for a very long time." Venata says the family is trying to create a criminal offense when there isn't one. She has 4 previous DUI convictions.
I want to know why, as Montanans, we're okay with multiple DUI offenders not serving time. Why we're okay with letting them back out on the streets where they can continue to hurt people and, you know, in this instance, kill a child and get away with it.
John stands resilient, affirming her demand for justice. She says she's speaking for a little boy who no longer has a voice.
He deserved somebody who would fight for him to the end. He was a worthy human being.
In Billings, Simone DeAlba, MTN News. Bringing ideas and innovation. Owner Sarah Calhoun of Red Ants Pants and 99 of the greatest business minds in the nation marched right into Washington.
And when you put 100 leaders in a room from across the country, we were rather outspoken, and they were paying attention.
From infrastructure to workforce training, Calhoun collaborated with other small business owners across the state, eager to voice their concerns at the highest level of government.
There was a great statistic I liked that was spoken there about how if every single small business in America hired 1 additional person, then all of unemployment would be leveled out.
Their message: small businesses are the soul behind this country's entrepreneurial spirit.
Such a great reminder that small business truly is driving not only the economy, but the hearts of our communities too, which I think is paramount.
Calhoun's product is intelligence, grit, and finesse. Meet Montana-born and bred Michelle Slider.
I think probably the best piece of what this competition brings out in people is that they're asking them to convey their message about what really got them that excited about hunting. And for me, that's the best part of my story.
From thousands of applicants, she's reached the semifinals. For Slider, hunting isn't just a hobby, it's a calling.
I have that experience I bring to the table. You know, I didn't just pick up hunting 5 years ago. I don't just hunt with other people.
Her hunts are calculated, a marriage of passion and precision.
It's something I've been doing my whole life. And so I think the skill set that I have would actually shine very well if I were given an opportunity to make the finals. So.
She's not afraid to get her hands dirty. Any perception of glamour aside, Slider approaches hunting as a harvest, one that requires an extensive knowledge base of animals, terrain, and technique.
I've never been on a guided hunt. We go out, we research it, we apply, we do everything on the front end in order to have an opportunity when you actually go to the field.
An engineer by trade and a hunting enthusiast at heart. Above all, her most beloved titles are wife and mother. With her 6-year-old daughter Taylor watching her every move, Slider says it's important to pass along good etiquette.
I field dress all my own game. I skin it, I clean it, we process it ourselves, we live on it year round. So, we eat it, we use it, and I'm involved throughout the whole process.
The sport, while largely male-dominated, is changing. Shows like Extreme Huntress shifting the landscape along with deeply ingrained societal perceptions.
I read a study that was just published where only 18% of women in the field actually have ever hunted on their own. And so I think this kind of shines a light on those women and their capabilities and, puts emphasis on the fact that it should encourage other women to pursue it in the same manner.
With a steady shot and clear focus, for this small-town Montanan, the chance to become the next Extreme Huntress is within the crosshairs.
We're gonna do laterals.
At the age of 13, Carson was accidentally hit by a car. Although lucky to live, her right leg couldn't be saved.
My socket goes all the way up my hip bone, but my leg is actually amputated 8 centimeters above my knee.
Navigating the injury as a teenager in Buffalo, Wyoming was daunting.
Freshman year was very dark and scary and confusing because I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like how other people looked at me. Despite
a brave face, her injury was noticeable. She says life without a limb was foreign, not just to her, but also to her classmates.
We made it a goal for me to walk into high school. And so I walked into high school in the middle of August when it started, but it wasn't a good walk. It was pretty ugly. Touching down at the opposite and back up.
Carson's only option, to redefine beauty in her own way.
If you can use your emotions and use the bad days and breaks to build you as a stronger person, you're going to live a beautiful life.
An athlete at heart, Carson hasn't let her prosthetic limb slow down her career. In fact, she's putting her best foot forward.
So you're going to sidestep, down and back.
She's a personal trainer and a college graduate. At just 20 years old, it's clear there's no slowing her down.
Clients or people I meet in my jobs always say, I think of you when I can't do something, and then I can do it. And that means so much to me, and it's not something that I intended to ever happen. I just try and be the best person I can be every day, and there's this domino effect where that touches in other people's lives.
And that domino effect is the momentum that keeps her moving forward, one foot in front of the other. In Billings, Simone DeAlba, MTN News.